tab. We're going to go down to Tools. We're going to install new profiles, and the Stillwater profile should be assigned to you. You want to click on it, select it, and then it's going to download the whole profile. And now it's downloading the profile, and we'll go ahead and let that do that, and then we'll be right with you. Once the download has happened, of course Xactimate's going to tell you that it's going to need to restart, so we're going to go ahead and click OK, and it's going to automatically close down and restart. Then you're going to want to type in your password into your account. Then Xactimate's going to load back up, and then we're going to go into our preferences. Inside of our preferences, we're going to pull up our Stillwater profile that we've just received, and we're going to make sure that we have it selected on all users for right now. And then we're going to go down to the depreciation defaults. Stillwater requires that our depreciation is done by 75%, not 100%, so we need to make sure we change that. And the only way you can change that is if it's on all users. If it's on just the main user, it won't show that screen up. So that's why if you try to do this and you don't see that depreciation screen, it's because you're showing just a single user. You want to show all users so that it does show up your depreciation details. So once you get your depreciation details changed, you want to go back into the user underneath your Stillwater profile. Make sure the company header shows up, Stillwater, which it does here, and this pulls down when your whole profile comes down from Exact Analysis. We're going to go into model statements. It should give you your original opening statement, which is the default from Stillwater, so it should already be in the system. We're going to go under sketch. We're going to change our handle size to 10 pixels. We're going to make sure that our document page is all set up the correct way. Nothing in here needs to be changed. It's usually just all to the default. We're going to go under view. We need to make sure that we check show all measurements. The base font goes to 12. The measurement font size also goes to 12. We're going to double check, make sure that our windows and doors are deducted if it's over 32 square feet. It defaults to it. We just want to confirm that that is in fact the case. Nothing to change here on the staircases, and nothing to change here on our flooring. Once that's done, what we want to do is come in and we're going to create a false or a dummy claim for Stillwater. Basically, you change it to the Stillwater profile. You create the file, whatever you want to call it. We're going to call this one test, and then we're going to create a new file. We can name it test as well. When we go into our parameters, it's going to request that we give it a price list. We can go into smart list. We have a price list here for Illinois for January 19th, 2019. We can go into smart list, request a price list, and we can do it by zip code or by city or state. So we can do, we'll do Illinois and Chicago. And then download, and it's going to request it. I guess I can't spell Chicago, but you get the point. Make sure you check to see what your tax jurisdiction is based off of the zip code on where your loss is located. Report management. We're going to go into our print screen and we're going to import documents. One of the things that I like to do when I import my documents is when I go to my documents tab, see all these files in here that are not restricted. Any claim that's opened up on this Xactimate, these files will show up in there. So what I like to do is come over here to restrict a profile. Since this claim is a Stillwater claim, now I'm going to go ahead and go to import, and then I'm going to browse to the Stillwater adjuster package. And then I'm going to grab the documents that we need for this. So now once we get the package downloaded, we're going to go ahead and go to that package, which we put here, Stillwater, and then we're going to grab down and pull down our information that we need for our file. So we're going to pull down our GLR, our contact notes, our daily invoice, ITEL report, and our Stillwater reserves report. And we're going to open that up, and then you'll see that because they're named 001, they're going to be at the top of the file, and see where the profile is Stillwater. These files won't show up on the adjuster's other profiles. So he only has these files here, so if he goes and restricts these other files to their original carriers, then they won't show up in here as well. So first thing we want to do is look at the Stillwater contact notes, and inside the contact notes so we want to make sure that we add our claim rep and estimator into the account, and make sure that the claim rep will actually be the desk adjuster, which will actually show up usually down here somewhere. If you go into the Stillwater packet and you scroll down to the bottom here, review a process for Stillwater, if you open this up, it's going to basically give you a bunch of information that the reviewers are going to go through when they review your file. So it's going to make sure that you follow this process, then your files won't get kicked back for any administrative issues or concerns, because you've actually followed the steps. The client policy tab, you read all the notes in there, claim search tabs, and so on. So if you want to read through all of this information, it'll help you understand how the file reviewers are going to go through and pull the information off of exact analysis to make sure that you have your desk adjuster, make sure that you have your adjuster's information in the file. The reason it's important to have your adjuster information in the file is that these self-populating documents that are in your file will fill out this information for you. So if we have a mortgage company as ABC Mortgage, when we fill out our documents, it's going to put that information in there. So with our contact notes, you have spoke with, the phone number. This is actually a calendar. You can click on it, today's date, and then you can change it to the date that your inspection is. You can put in what time that you spoke to the insured, and a recap of your conversation. And with the recap of your conversation, you basically want to discuss what the insured had mentioned to you about the damages. Like water damage to baseboard in the kitchen, etc. So you want to make sure that that stuff's filled out, and then it's going to populate the information for your phone number and all of those things. With Stillwater, this information does not carry over into exact analysis, so it's important that any of these notes that you put in the file, that you put into your activity report, that you actually go online to exact analysis and input that information into exact analysis as well. If you have any questions on that, please don't hesitate to give us a call. We can explain that to you and help you with that as well. That should be pretty much it on how to set up for a Stillwater claim. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give us a call. Thank you. Set up your report macro so that you can send in your file for review once you've completed your claim. So what we want to do is, once we get into Xactimate and we get into our claim, you want to go over to report macros. You're going to add a report macro, and we're going to call this Stillwater package. And then we're going to add our files into it. And I like to keep this file up so that I can read it. So we need the general loss, the loss recap, activity photo report. and I pull them all over onto one side, and then I go back in and sort them into the order that they need to be in. So out of the estimate reports, the only one we need to pull over is the final draft with age and condition. And then out of our claim reports, we want to pull over our activity report, our general loss report, the loss recap report, photo report, and then we just sort these in order. So general loss is up front, our loss recap is at the second one down, third one, then our photo report, and our activity report. And that's how you set up your macro report for your reports for a Stillwater claim. When you hit OK, now you have your package here. All you need to do with uploading your package is select your package. You're going to want to uncheck images because your images are already going to become uploaded with your photo report. You're going to click merge report, and if this was an actual Stillwater claim, right here will be a button that says upload, and you select that, and it's going to package everything together and throw that into your outbox. Now, one of the things you may have seen on the report that I have here on the Word document is your signed non-waiver. Any claim that is a non-weather related claim needs to have a signed non-waiver, and those non-waivers should be in your Stillwater package as a zip file that you can unzip for the specific state that you're in. And then you want to take that to the insured, have the insured sign that, put that into the file, and then upload that into your package. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Thank you.